What's up, Jason? We'll give everyone a few minutes to get in here. What's going on, guys? What's up, Ben, Andrew, Sean, Nate, Chase? Thank you, Chase. We'll let everyone kind of stroll in. What's up, Sam? And then we'll chat for a while. So, thanks for coming and hanging out, everyone. I'm actually, thanks, Jonah. We're gonna chat here for a while. I'll answer questions. We can kind of talk about whatever. And I'm also at 10 o'clock. I am doing the YouTube game of the week between the Dodgers and the Rays. I'm in the chat today, so I'm also going to be doing that. I think I can do both at the same time. Yeah, Richie just left. We were hanging out for a while, but he just had to. He has a curfew, so 9 o'clock curfew for Richie. Mom wants him home, so he took off. But we're going to do it anyways without him. Yeah, I have met a few guys that did steroids. Actually, only 2 guys that I know of that did steroids that I played with. A lot of people think it's like rampant, like everyone in the big leagues is doing steroids, but in my experience, I mean, I'm sure there are some guys doing it that I didn't know, but I don't think it's as much as everyone thinks. Yeah, put a 10 over that circus. That's one of my favorite sayings. All right. Show my wife's face. So I tried to see if my wife would come on again today and come hang out with us, but unless she comes down, and she doesn't even know I'm on here yet. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Barons too. So unless she comes down and doesn't know we're on, if I hear her come down the stairs, I'm gonna be very quiet. So she just kind of comes down and doesn't realize I'm talking to you guys. We'll see if we can get her on here. Okay, so while we're kind of hanging out here, I'm gonna just start answering some questions. If you guys go on Instagram, by the way, I just did some designs for our Antonelli baseball uniforms for next year. So hold on, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. There we go. I just did some designs for Antonelli baseball uniforms next year, so check them out and let me know what you think. Leave a comment there. Is there a problem with being a PO in high school? I don't think so. I mean, we have a good amount of POs with our Antonelli baseball team. Our high school team, actually, St. John's Prep, where I coach, Matt the Mullen Antonelli. Our high school team had like 15 pitcher onlys last year on varsity, something like that. So it just really depends. I mean, if you're really good at both, then keep doing both. I'm not telling you to just be a PO, but if you're horrible at hitting and you can really pitch, and you're a junior in high school, you might want to think about just doing that. Okay, man, these questions are going really fast. How many players on our high school team? Last year we had 31, I believe, on varsity. Yeah, catchers get free catcher's gear in the big leagues. If you're in the minor leagues, usually your agent will typically get them for you if you have an agent. So I know a lot of people are saying that I should stream Road to the Show. Zavarian's not better, Matt. Come on, we know this. So I actually don't even know how to stream it. I don't know how to go about doing that. I'll have to look it up and figure it out. Thanks, Panda. So I'm not really sure how to do that. Cowie? Who do we got winning the World Series? So I made a video. It's on YouTube. Back in like March, I think. I had the Dodgers playing the Astros, and I had the Astros beating them again. So I'm gonna stick with that and see what happens. I did play other sports. I played hockey and football in high school. Hey, Will Dog. Thanks, Mechanical Johnson. I'm really thirsty right now. I just had a pizza and oh, no way. Yaz hit a home run tonight at Fenway. So Yaz went to St. John's Prep, where I coach and where I went also. So he is an alum. What do I think of the A's? I don't follow the A's very much at all, but I mean, they're having a great year. And they seem to always, historically, I mean, I know there's been a couple down years, but it feels like they usually do pretty good for not being able to spend a ton of money, and but they do a good job. Sorry, I got something in my throat and I'm struggling here. Accent, can't put my finger on it. Can you tell? You can't tell where I'm from? Or are you kidding? Would you play for the Marlins right now if they wanted you? I'd play for any major league team right now if they wanted me. What do I think about NCSA? The recruiting service? I don't really know much about them. I see their videos and stuff, but I don't know a whole lot about them. Do players know if they're going to have a Hall of Fame career or not? So, in my opinion, a lot of people think like that major league players always knew they were going to be major league players. And like, that is Sean. Wow. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get to your super chat in 1 second. Most people think that major league players just always knew they were going to be major league players from the time they were like young. And like, that's usually not the case. Even for like the studs, like Alex Rodriguez, like I'm sure he knew he was pretty good. I don't know if he ever knew he was going to be that good, or like any of those guys. I mean, there are some guys that are, always the best players from a young age, but like I went in the first round, which only a handful of people do every year in the whole country, and like I never knew that was going to happen when I was younger. And I played in the major leagues, and I had no idea ever. Like I always wanted to play in the major leagues, but just like every other kid, like trying to make my high school team, and so let me check out this super chat real quick. Thank you so much, Sean S155. Thanks for your great videos and knowledge, Matt. Thank you. You're helping me be a better coach. What's the best drill for young softball hitters? So let me go back here for a second. Okay. So the best drill. Oh, I got another super chat. Hold on 1 sec. I'll get to that in a second. The best drill. There's a lot of drills that we do. I like drills, the ones I would start with. Hold on. What's going on with my chat here? So I like two drills, really. They're the same thing. We just call them coiling drills. You face forward. I actually have them. If you go on our Antonelli Baseball YouTube channel, which you're on right now, and you go to winter workouts from this past year, you're going to see me doing them and talking about them. And I also have them up on, I probably put them up a couple months ago also when we were doing our summer camp. But you face forward, and you get you almost like, you go really light on your outside foot. And you work on coiling around and getting around your inside leg. And then you work on tilting back, all the things we talked about in the video. And those are my favorite drills. Facing forward, and then as a righty, you face first base. You do the same thing. Check them out online if you haven't seen them. I would start there, and I would do those drills. If you shoot me an email, matt@AntonelliBaseball.com, and I have a video that I can send you. Okay, hold on 1 second. I got another super chat in here. Let me see what we got here. Oh, man, I got two super chats. Okay. How do you say that? Kian? Myers? I'm horrible pronouncing names. Thank you so much. Have you ever been a part of a ceremonial first pitch? I have. So I threw out the first pitch at a Padres game when I got drafted. After I got drafted, I flew out to San Diego. I took batting practice with the team. Actually, a really funny story, real quick. So I went out. They flew me out. Kyle York, thank you so much for that super chat. I'm going to get to that question in 2 seconds. I flew out to San Diego, and so I get out there. I didn't bring any of my stuff. I shipped my stuff all to Portland, Oregon. Not Portland, Eugene, Oregon, because that's where I was going to play. So I flew out to Petco. I did like interviews and stuff. Went on TV before the game. Went on the radio a little bit, and then also before the game they had me hit batting practice. I had no gear, nothing, no batting gloves, no cleats, no anything. So I had to borrow stuff from guys like Woody Williams. You guys probably don't remember Woody Williams. He gave me his cleats. Who gave me their bats? I'm not really sure. So I had to like borrow stuff from everybody, and I didn't put batting gloves on because I was afraid to ask. I think it was like Mike Piazza was on the team, and he was his locker was kind of down near the one I did, and I didn't have batting gloves, and he was there with batting gloves, but I was afraid to ask him for any. So I went out and hit batting practice with the team, and within 10 swings, I got this piece of skin ripped off, and I'm bleeding all over the place. I hit like 10 balls, and then they were like, dude, you're bleeding. I was like, oh, man. And I stopped hitting, and then I went through the first pitch out before the game. So I guess that was a long way to tell that story. But, yep, I threw the first pitch out at a Padres game. I was very nervous. I think I threw it to Jake Peavy, caught for me. And I don't know if it was a strike. It was a little high. I just made sure not to bounce it, so I threw it kind of up here. Bouncing it's the worst. You can't bounce it. Patriots rule 929. Feeling good about the Pats. I'm always feeling good about the Pats. I'm a humongous Patriots fan. They're my number one team in any sport. I've never missed a game. And my dream would be to own the Patriots or coach the Patriots. So when Belichick's done, I'll coach him. Thank you so much for the $2. Kyle York. Keep up the good work, Matt. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. I will definitely try to keep up the good work. Brendan Bartlett, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, do you think athletes should be paid during college since they're making the colleges millions, billions? Tebow didn't think so. So that's a really good question. It's really hard. I don't know how you would do this. Actually, when I went back to Wake Forest as a student assistant coach to finish my degree at like 28 years old or 29 or however the hell old I was, I did a presentation on this. And I can't even remember what the hell I said, but it's really difficult because I don't even know how it would work. Like, you know, if you're going to pay the athletes, like you're going to pay the guys from Alabama and stuff and the big time schools, the Power 5 schools that make a lot of money. But what do you do with all the other college athletes? You pay everybody. I guess you have to pay everybody. Like how much? I don't know. I don't know how it would work. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough to say. I mean, I played a sport at Wake Forest. Well, we didn't really make the school really any money at all. We probably cost the school money. So I don't have experience with that, but like, you know, you think about a football player from Alabama, like, or any of those schools, Texas or Ohio State or wherever, you know, they're making the school like, they're helping make the school millions and millions and millions of dollars. So I don't know the right answer. I don't know how you would do it. I think it would get really messy and tough. So I think they should be given something though. Like I hear stories where like their parents can't come watch them play and like, you know, so they should figure out a way to get them like they shouldn't be in trouble for like getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from the school. Will Hickman, thank you so much for the $5. Let's see. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized Richie Givens or one Richie Givens-sized duck? Wow, this is tough. Let me think about this. Hold on a second. I'm not smart enough to figure this all out on the fly. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized Richie Givens? Okay, so, or one Richie Givens-sized duck. Man, this is, not only is it a tongue twister, it's a tough one. I guess either way, Richie has no chance. Whether he's a duck, not a duck, Richie's got no chance. He's not a fighter. Okay. Thank you so much, though. John Osborne, thank you very much. Ever been to New Brunswick, Canada to play? I haven't, I don't think. I've been to, I don't even know where New Brunswick is, but I've been to Vancouver to play. Where else have I been in Canada? I've been to Prince Edward Island, somewhere up there to play. And then I've been to Toronto, I've been to Montreal, but that was to play hockey. Whatever this is in my throat, I cannot driving me crazy. But thank you very much. Where is New Brunswick? Edward Hendricks, thank you so much for the $5. Hey, Matt, thanks for all your amazing content. You're welcome. Question, what is the one thing or choice you regret not doing in your career? That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't really have any regrets, I don't think. I mean, I feel like I worked pretty hard, dedicated most of my life to baseball, trying to make it to the major leagues, or just trying to make it to whatever level, I was at. When I was in high school, trying to be the best high school player I could be and playing college. When I got to college, I want to play pro ball. When I got to pro ball, I want to play big leagues. I don't really have a regret. I do think I probably played a little too passive at times when I started to struggle. I wish I played a little bit more like to rip someone's head off, kind of. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes I did feel like I got like a little bit passive, especially when I started to get injured a little bit and then I started to struggle. And I lost some of my confidence. I just felt like I played passive the last couple years of my career. When the first few years of my career, like I was out to rip people's heads off. Okay, let me see real quick. I think I just got another super chat. Oh my God, I got a couple more. I can't even say this. The Peevestinator, something like that. Thank you so much. $10. Wow. Hey, Matt, I remember you saying you were on the missions in AA. I was. I have my jersey actually hanging right there. I'm a Brewers fan, and San Antonio is now our AAA affiliate. What happens to a minor league roster of players when the team changes MLB affiliates? So nothing happens at all. The affiliate has no control, or the town, San Antonio, has no control over anything. So you just, for instance, our AAA was in Portland, Oregon when I was in AAA. And then Portland, the Padres left Portland and went to Tucson. So all the guys that were on AAA, instead of going to Portland the next year, they went to Tucson. And that's it. And if a new team had come to Portland, like the Cubs, then the Cubs AAA team would have just went to Portland. So that's it. Wherever Milwaukee AAA was before they got to San Antonio, let's just say they were in Albuquerque. I know they weren't, but let's just say they were in Albuquerque. I don't think they were. Then that next year, instead of reporting to Albuquerque, you report to San Antonio. That's all that happens. But thank you very much for that super chat. I've got a couple more here. Okay, what's the process like for signing baseball cards with Topps and all the other companies? That's got to be like thousands of cards to sign every year. So it really depends on, I guess, the deal that you sign. So like my agent would get me deals with companies like Bowman and I think Topps and Upper Deck maybe back in the day. I don't know if they're still around. And so what you do is, I actually have a video that breaks this down. If you, I'm going to give you a quick little thing, but if you want to see the full video, just type it into YouTube. It'll probably come up. And so basically, like during spring training, a guy from whatever company it is comes in, and again, depending on the deal, I've probably signed hundreds to maybe 1,000 cards at a time, maybe I think a couple thousand sometimes. And so he just comes in with like a bag full of tons of cards, and then he just slides. So you sit at a table with a guy you don't know. He gives you a nice pen. He has a bunch of them because you got it starts to get dull after a while because you're signing so many. He slides you a card, and you just sign it, and then you slide it back, and he gives you a card. You sign it, you slide it back, he gives you a card, and you just do this for like 5 hours, over and over and over again. And you get paid for it. And again, depending on how good you are and how good, I guess, your agent gets you for a deal. There were times when I signed and got, I think I got like, hey, we're back. Hopefully you guys got me again. I'm not sure what happened there. Something happened. Hold on one sec. I've got a bunch of super chats right here. So John, no, thank you so much again for that $5. Hopefully you heard that whole answer that I just gave. I think I started to go out there towards the end, but if you missed any of it, again, I got a video up on YouTube that goes through like the whole process. Preston Rios. Thank you so much for the $3. What did you think of Khalil Green? So when I was in the major leagues, Khalil Green was not with us anymore. But when I was in big league spring training for a couple years, he was. He was a very quiet guy. Seemed like a very nice guy, but just very reserved, kind of kept to himself, didn't talk a lot. The biggest thing I remember about Khalil Green, first of all, he was an amazing defender. Amazing defender. He worked very hard. And I was a big Khalil Green fan when I was in college and even in high school because he played at Clemson, and I always liked Clemson in high school. And he was like, 1 year's best player in college baseball. So I was a huge fan of his. So when I was with the Pirates in spring training, I kind of would watch what he was doing. And I just remember he swung one year a humongous bat, just humongous. It looked so heavy. I remember the first day of spring training. He went to an even bigger bat. I remember he's swinging and he's like fouling the ball off, popping up, fouling the ball off. And everyone's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm trying this new bat. It's really, really big, heavy bat or whatever. And they're like, why the hell are you using it, man? Like, he couldn't square anything up. He's like, well, it's big or whatever. I feel like, he's like, I flew out a lot to the warning track last year. So I think if I use a bigger bat, the ball's going to go out of the park this year or to go over the fence. And it was just funny because he popped up like 10 in a row, like couldn't square it up. And just the way he said it, I guess he's just so quiet. I always thought that was funny. I remember that story. But he was a very, very talented player, without a doubt, especially defensively. Okay, let's see. Kate Barry, thank you so much. What would make MLB teams switch leagues? I'm not sure. Are you talking about, because I know we were just talking about minor league teams and switching minor league cities. As far as like major league teams, you mean? I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know how that all works as far as switching leagues and stuff. I'm sorry about that. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I'm not really sure. Okay, let's see. Trevor Nelson, thank you so much for the $10. I just wanted to say thank you. Through your advice, I was able to pursue my college baseball career. That's awesome. Also, if you ever want to get slammed in Diamond Dynasty, hit me up. So, as you guys can tell, if you haven't been watching my Road to the Show series or my one episode of Diamond Dynasty, I'm still horrendous. Like, I played a ton of video games when I was younger. I played video games a ton until I had kids, actually. And then once I had kids, I got rid of I had an Xbox. And then Xbox 360. And I got rid of those when I had kids. And I just got a PS4. Actually, I didn't get it. It's my son's. But I just started playing it again. It's been like 5-6 years since I played. And I was never like a big baseball. I was a big Madden guy. And played a bunch of other games also. So I just don't have a lot of experience with the game. And I haven't played in a long time. So I'm horrible right now. But I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to get better. So thank you, Trevor. But it's going to take me a while before I can play you. Julian Edelman is a goon. I love Julian Edelman. Did you ever meet Tony Gwynn while you were in San Diego? I did meet him. I actually met him, if you were here a few minutes ago and I was talking about me throwing out the first pitch when I got drafted. I met him then. That was when I first met him because he was doing the television broadcast at the time. And so I got to go on TV with him and got to meet him there and talk to him for a little bit. And then I had another opportunity when I was playing with the Padres in the clubhouse a couple times, got to talk to him. And one time we got to talk about hitting. And again, I have this story up on YouTube. If you check it, if you put in like Matt Antonelli, Tony Gwynn or something like that, it'll probably pop up. But I got to talking about hitting. He was talking to me about my load and stuff. And he said I wasn't getting loaded to hit enough. I didn't really know what that meant at the time. Now I do, looking back at my swing. First thing I thought when I look back at my swing, I'm like, geez, I wasn't getting loaded to hit at all. And he was telling me that. But I said this in the video. I was a little intimidated, when you are talking to a Hall of Famer and, one of the best hitters to ever play, and he comes up to you and starts talking to you about your hitting. I just kind of listened to him, but I didn't ask any questions, and I wish I could have that conversation again because I would have liked to ask more questions. But, yep, got to talk to him a couple times about hitting, which was obviously a lot of fun. Justin Gonzalez, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, love your vids. Where could I buy your gear? Okay, so I used to have gear up on our website, but we kept selling out really fast, and it was just a lot. Like, I was the one that was buying it and packaging it and shipping it, and I was running down to the post office like every day, and it became like a lot of work, especially during the summer when we were playing every day and I was traveling. I'd fall behind in orders. And so when we sold out last, I have not put any more stuff up there, but I do have some new stuff coming. So we're going to work with this new company where we're just going to be able to put a website or put a store up on the website, and you guys will be able to go on and get anything up there. So that'll make it a lot easier for me. And that'll be coming soon, probably in the next month or so. But I'll let you guys know when that's available. Okay, real quick, let me just get through. I'm falling behind here with these questions. John Osborne, thank you so much. Why does catcher call the game instead of pitcher? Okay, so that's a good question. First, it's the catcher is putting down numbers, but he is suggesting to the pitcher. So he's not really telling the pitcher what to throw. He's suggesting. The pitcher can always shake off, right? So you see a pitcher doing this, he's just shaking off, saying, I don't want that pitch. Sometimes it can be a fake shake. So sometimes the catcher will give a sign, whatever it is. Maybe it's it can be anything. Or the catcher, if you ever see the catcher do this, that's just telling the pitcher, shake your head. Just so pitchers don't fall into a pattern of only shaking to certain signs and stuff like that. So, but anyways, the pitcher typically is deciding. If he doesn't like what the catcher's throwing down, he'll shake. Now, there's some pitchers that, like Chris Sale a lot, he doesn't shake a lot. He just throws whatever the catcher says. Also, keep in mind that the pitcher and catcher have talked a lot before the game. They set up a game plan with the pitching coach. They've looked at a scouting report. They're talking between innings, and so they're usually on the same page. Usually good catchers and pitchers are on the same page together. So it's not really the catcher calling the game. It could be, though, depending. If the pitcher's young and the catcher's a veteran, then, maybe he's going to do that. But catchers are very, very good also at reading hitters. And so there's some catchers that are just really good at calling games. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Taylor, thank you so much for the $2. What time is it, by the way? 9:44. All right, we're gonna have to turn on the. I'm gonna start to sign in here to the Rays Dodgers game because I am in the chat tonight. All right, so let's keep answering these questions. Let's see. Wow, I got a lot. Taylor, thank you again. Did you hear about the what happened? AA for Padres? I have no idea. I didn't hear anything. I guess I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, boy, I got a lot. EJ, thank you so much. Did you ever talk to Mark Grant in San Diego? I did not talk to Mark Grant. I'm not even sure who Mark Grant is, but I never talked to him. At least I don't think he did. Okay. Alden, thank you so much for the $5. We want more of the show. 19. We want you and Richie as the new Jeter and Rodriguez. We're gonna be more famous than Jeter and Rodriguez, and we're gonna feel a lot more. Although I think they did fight a lot, but don't worry, you're gonna get a lot. Thank you again, Kian. Thank you so much again. This is your second time. Have you ever played Halo? So actually, the very first Xbox game I ever played was Halo. I remember it vividly. I was at my friend Nick Santa Barbara's house, and he had just gotten Xbox, and I didn't have Xbox, and he said, I got this game Halo, and we played it like forever. So yeah, I did. I was never like a huge Halo fan, but I played a lot at his house. Hold on one second, everyone. I'm just going to sign in real quick to the game. So let's see. Hopefully we can make this work. Hopefully I can stay on here and go on here at the same time. Yes, I can. We're in. Oh, wait, nope. I got to sign out and sign back in with my other sign out. Then I got to sign in. Sorry about this, everyone. Just want to make sure I get in the game. They're interviewing Jock Peterson right now, looks like. Okay. All right, signing in. We are in. Oh, there I am. All right, we're in. Been live to the game. Game going on there. Let's keep answering questions real quick. Okay. Julio, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching my stuff. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Do you play tabletop games such as APBA or Strat? I do not, but I'll try it out since you just suggested it. I will definitely give it a shot. And thank you very much. EJ Slump. Thank you so much. Why has history forgotten about the 2005 White Sox? Well, I don't know if history has forgotten about the 2005 White Sox, although I guess I kind of forgot about them. I mean, I think it's just because the White Sox haven't been that good for a couple years now. Who was on that White Sox 2005 team? Was that like Konerko? Was Burley on that team? I have no idea. That was a long time ago, 2005. Preston, thank you so much. Funny how you were on ESPN for Nerf basketball. I was. My only time, really, it was ESPN First Take. Back when that was like, do they still have that? I don't even know if they still have that, but back when it was really popular. So I got a call one day, and they were like, "Hey, this is when YouTube was like kind of just becoming popular. It wasn't even, I don't even know if you can consider it popular back then. But I got a call, and they were like, "Hey, we saw it was from ESPN. They were like, we saw that you threw a video up of you playing Nerf basketball with your roommate Wade LeBlanc, who pitches now with the Mariners, has had a very nice career. And they were like, we'd like to have you on this show, ESPN First Take." And I was like, I thought they were joking, right? It was like the move from the line. It's from like Major League. Anyways, so yeah, so I thought they were joking, but they were serious, and so I went with Jana Jacobson, and I actually, that's also online. If you type in Matt Antonelli First Take, ESPN First Take, I think it'll come up. But it was my idea Wade and I used to always play basketball, Nerf basketball, in our apartment during spring training. And I was like, we should film this, and I'll cut it up and edit it, and we'll just throw it on. I had a blog at the time, and I had a YouTube channel, which not a lot of players had YouTube channels. And so they just thought, I guess, like no one had YouTube channels, I guess. And, I don't know, I got on there, so it was funny. Never got on there for baseball, though, just for Nerf basketball. Robbie Lynn, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Cody, thank you so much for the $5. Would the Rays split season idea be bad for player quality of life? Is it the split season where they're going to play like half the season in one town, half the season in another? I haven't looked into it a lot, but I mean, that seems like it would be pretty tough. Although I'm sure they could make it work. I mean, you're in the big leagues, getting paid millions of dollars, most people, and so I'm sure they could make it work, but it'd be nicer to just be able to call one place your home. Richie Gibbons, Rich, it's past curfew. Mom wanted you home at 9. I know you left, but I thought she said you had to be in. Rich, grab me a new set of batting gloves and just throw them in my locker. Maybe I can get a hit then. Rich, there's no bat in the world that's special enough to get you a hit. Good try, though. Robbie Lynn, although maybe, Rich, maybe you can try these Jack's batting gloves. Where'd they go? Hold on, everybody. Rich, I got you right here. So this will be in the next episode of Road to the Show. I just filmed it a little while ago. And if you check out my Instagram, you'll see these on there. So game time in about 10, 15 minutes. So these Jack's batting gloves right here, right? Let me, these things are pretty sweet. If you're a baseball player, you're going to like these. So see these things right here? Jack's batting gloves. So they've got this little pad right here. Hold on. So look at this. So the bat rests up against that little web technology right there. And it keeps the bat from getting deep in your palm, right? So it keeps it in your fingers, and it's really, really cool. So for guys like Richie, it wouldn't really help Rich because he doesn't make contact. But if you make contact, and times if the bat's in your palm too much, it'll hurt your hands really bad. This keeps it out of your palms, but it also keeps it in your fingers, which, if you have a death grip on it and you choke, good bat speed. So Rich, this will help you out a little bit. It'll improve your bat speed because you'll have the bat in your fingers more. It'll also improve your path a little bit. And you need all the help you can get, Rich. So, all jokes aside, these gloves right here, if you go to jacksbattinggloves.com and type in Antonelli 25 in the promo code, you get 25% off of these gloves. It's an amazing. They're very inexpensive for how good they are. I freaking love these things, and you can get a really good deal, 25% off. I mean, that's a lot of money. So again, you just go to jacksbattinggloves.com and you type in Antonelli 25, the number 5, and you get 25% off. I'd go check them out. I got a couple pairs. Maybe I'll give them away. A couple of them away. Can't give them all away. Wow, I'm way behind here. Robbie Lynn, thank you so much. What is the worst upping? Is that umping experience? Worst upping? Worst umping? I think it's umping. That's a good question. Probably minor leagues. Eugene, short season A-ball. They called strike 3 bounce. I swear it bounced. It hit the ground. He called strike 3 on me. I didn't argue. Very much at all then. I didn't argue at all. Is Nomar Garciaparra on the YouTube live tonight? Hold on one second. Saw him. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Are you guys cool if I put the volume on? Hopefully that's not too loud. I got to be able to hear this, but I don't want it too loud to where you guys can not hear me. Let me, why do you hate Trevor Bauer? I don't hate Trevor Bauer at all. I like Trevor Bauer. He's a great pitcher, and I actually played with Trevor a very small amount of time. So if I have the, I'm good with the volume right there. It's not going to bother you guys because I can hear that. And, oh, we got to put a little, love me some Nomar. Okay. All right, let's get super chats. I have so many here. CRM MVP Media. Imagine you had to use a random guy from the stadium on your roster for an MLB game. Which would it be and why? It has to be a position on the field. Wait, hold on. Imagine you had to use a random guy from the stadium. What do you mean a random guy from the stadium? This is a hard question. I'm not sure I understand. A random guy from the stadium. On why? It has to be a position in the field. Well, I'm not sure a random guy. I'm not really sure what you mean. Let me think about that for a minute, because I'm not sure. Julio Way, thank you so much for $2. Richie back, clean, you should back. Yeah, see, but I don't want Rich batting behind me, especially if I'm in third, because if I'm hitting third and he's hitting fourth, I'm never getting a fastball ever again in my life. And I'm probably getting, they're going to pitch around me. They're going to try to pitch around me. Then I'm going to chase stuff. I need them to throw the plate. Mike Johnson, thank you so much for the $7. Hey, Joe Girardi's on YouTube Game of the Week tonight. So here's a funny story real quick. So we had Antonelli baseball. We're down in Georgia a couple months ago playing, and I'm watching the game. And the first base coach for one of the travel ball teams out there that's in the tournament we're playing in, he's jacked up, and I'm like, damn, that guy's jacked. I'm like looking at my arms. I'm like, God, I'm skinny. He just looked like a good coach because he was jacked. And I was like, I got, man, like that guy looks like a coach, like a good coach because he's yoked. And then I'm watching him some more, and I'm like, freaking guy looks like Joe Girardi over there. And like he runs over and he gets closer to me. Like, the freaking guy is Joe Girardi. So our assistant coach, Brian Menduke, I'm like, yo, Brian, freaking Joe Girardi over there? And he looks, he's like, holy shit, it's Joe Girardi. And then all of a sudden, like, people start realizing, and people coming down taking pictures of him. So his son, apparently, and he was coaching. And it was, okay, let's see here. Mike Johnson, thank you so much for the $7. Love your organization. Thank you. Is it possible for a 2020 grad to spend a week in your organization during his winter break? What's the process to do so? Mike, shoot me an email, matt@antonellibaseball.com. We usually people come in just for a week, but we can figure it out. Like, I can do it. I shouldn't say we don't usually have that. I've had players from, like, Canada out with us. So, yeah, we can do it. Just shoot me an email, and and we'll figure it out. Johnny loves steel balls. Okay, Johnny. $5. Thank you so much. Have you ever thought about making a comeback? And what's your schedule for Road to the Show? So Road to the Show, I'll start with that first. I've been doing like every other day, pretty much. The hardest thing about Road to the Show is that I've got to obviously find the time to be able to do it, and I've been doing it late at night. But I also like can't neglect my wife every night, and so yeah, so I just got to find enough time to do it. Plus, obviously, I have a job with Antonelli baseball. I've got lessons, and we got fall ball and all that stuff. So, but I'm doing every other night, and thinking about making a comeback. So, if you guys, if you type in the YouTube right now, or not right now, because don't leave this, but if you type in my first swings in 6 years, I think is the title. I take a I didn't make. I wanted to start to hit again. I started working out again. I did it for like 1 month. I put on like 15 pounds and I started swinging. I felt really good. But then I got so busy with practice every day, I started to slowly hit less and I started working out less. And then that was it. So not that I was making a comeback, but I was kind of like seeing what my body could do, if my wrist could handle it. And I just wanted to kind of get back into moving around again and doing stuff. But that was really it. I'm far too old. You know, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people are like, Matt, you look good, you should come back. Like, I'm 34 years old. I got released because they thought I was old and hurt when I was like 28-ish, somewhere in there. So like 6 years later, no one would ever be interested. EJ, thank you again so much. Have you been to all 30 parks? I have not. I've probably played in about 10 parks, somewhere around there. I've probably been to 15 parks, maybe. I've probably been to about half the parks, maybe a little bit more than half the parks. Would like to go to all the parks one day. Matthew, thank you so much for the $2. Matt, you should get on Trevor Bauer's Bauer Bite. So, actually, someone was telling me that in one of his episodes, they had said that they wanted to talk to me or something like that. So, you guys should just go comment all over his thing. And I'll have in contact with him or them somehow and see what we can do. That'd be cool. Preston, thank you again. You should have baseball podcasts like Joe Rogan. So, actually, Juan Rivera, our pitching coach and one of our 16U coach, wants to do a podcast, an Antonelli baseball podcast. And we're thinking about starting one. So we might do that. It's a good idea. Whoa, Chris. Whoa, $20. Thank you so much. Enjoying your Road to the Show playing and your comedic commentary. Thank you so much. Now, can you tell me what it felt like to be drafted into MLB? What was the experience like and how nervous were you before and after? Okay, so a couple things. One, I know I've said this a bunch of times. If you go on YouTube, which you're on, and type in Matt Antonelli drafted or something like that, they had a camera crew at my house the day I was drafted. And so you'll be able to see my reaction. You'll be able to see my horrible hair as well, but you'll be able to see my reaction. First, it was, it's really weird because I worked very hard for a long time to get drafted. My goal was to go in the first round. I worked every day, basically, to get drafted that high. I thought about it, not every minute of the day. I'm not a psycho, but I thought about it a lot. And the weirdest thing is when I finally got drafted, it wasn't even like I was like, oh my God, I did it. I was just like, then I got ready to go play pro ball. It was really strange. It's almost like, they talk a lot about how it's about the journey, not the destination. It is. I got to where I wanted to get, and it was like, whatever. But it was fun while I tried to get there. And then I just made a new goal to get to the big leagues. So I was excited, no doubt. But again, it was more of like the journey of like, I really enjoy building stuff, whether it's myself as a player, whether it's Antonelli Baseball, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's anything. Just I like building stuff. And so I get excited about the journey and doing that build. And so I don't know if that makes sense, but And so I was not nervous. I knew I was going to first round. I had a really good idea. Like the Red Sox were picking like late in the first round, and they made it basically sound like if I ever got to them, they would take me. And there were other teams that I thought were going to take me. And the mock draft had me going to like 14th overall. So I was like pretty sure I was going high. So I didn't really have any nerves at all. I think my dad definitely was probably way more nervous than I was. John Alvarez, thank you so much for the $2. Do you still chat with MLB players today? So a lot of my friends that I played with are done playing. Some of them are still playing. Like I talked to Whey LeBlanc a couple days ago. We still like text a decent amount. But a lot of my other friends, like everyone's so busy that I haven't talked to guys. I haven't seen guys in a long, long time. Like I'm trying to think of like Nick Hundley was a buddy of mine. I don't know the last time I talked to Nick. So I don't talk to a lot of guys still. Cliff Pennington, talked to him a couple days ago for a while. So I still randomly talk to guys, my buddies that I played with and played against. But hell, I got so much stuff going on right now, as does everyone. Like I just don't talk to guys a lot. Vehicle ranks. Thank you so much. Favorite part about being a player. My favorite part about being a player, honestly, is there's no better feeling, in my opinion, than being successful at something that you work really hard for. So, like, when you get a hit, for me, when I get a hit, it's the best feeling in the world. And you get that every time. Like, every time you get a hit and you get the first or you get the second or you hit a home run or whatever, it's the best feeling in the world. Also, the worst feeling in the world is when you can't get a hit. So I've had that a lot. So I think that's the best. You work really hard, and then when you're successful, it feels really, really good. But like I said, it also feels really, really bad when you're not successful. And so literally, like that was, I just enjoyed that feeling. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's the being around, like, and I enjoy, like, I met a lot of cool people. I made a lot of friends and stuff. But, like, as far as the game, being a player, like, it's just the feeling of being successful, in my opinion. That feels really, really good. Zachary Morris, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, can you say say hi to my girlfriend, Taylor? Hi, Taylor. What's going on? Thank you for the $2. And thanks for watching, Taylor. Vehicle ranks, $2. Do you like the Mets? I don't watch the Mets. I actually don't have a favorite major league team. I was a huge Red Sox fan my whole life. I loved Red Sox, like I love the Patriots now. But then when I got drafted, I stopped watching them as much. And then I didn't watch them at all when I was playing. Just because I'm playing every night, I can't watch the Red Sox. And within like a year or so, I took interest in the Red Sox, but I've never, ever been able to get it back. So if they went 0-162, I wouldn't care. Whereas as a kid, if they did that, I would have cried, every day. So I don't cheer for a team. I don't watch them. I mean, I've seen the Mets play just watching baseball. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't really care for them. Preston, thank you so much. I made a Road to the Show character of you, and you hit 834 home runs and 2,500 RBI. That is a freaking career right there. Oh man, Nomar Garciaparra is on the telecast live. This is awesome. I love Nomar. I'm tempted in the chat to write something about how much and see if he responds. Informal greeting. Thank you so much. $5. Wow, you are the best. No questions. Just enjoy the videos and want to give something back. Hey, I really appreciate you giving back, and I appreciate you watching, and just thank you very much. Jacob Gonzalez, thank you very much. Is there an organization you felt like would have given you a better opportunity to make the big leagues and or have a successful career? So the best chance I had was with the Padres because I was their guy. I was drafted by them. I was drafted high. They were going to give me a lot of opportunities. I ended up leaving because I kept getting hurt all the time, and I don't know. It was the last couple of years were and I kind of felt like I needed a fresh start. Now my wife always says like, "You're an idiot for leaving the Padres. You would have made the major leagues if you stayed." Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really in general, I never really look back at things and be like, oh man, if only I did this. If I don't ever think about that. I'm just like, I just go do something, and I don't like really look back much and reflect on a whole lot of stuff. That's just the way I am, and so I don't know. I mean, I probably listen when I was with the Nationals. I thought I was going to get called up. Like I had a pretty good, year with them in AAA. Never got a chance, and then I never really played well again after that. So my best chance again was with the Padres to get back up there, and it just didn't happen. CSU grad 2005. Thank you so much. Did any of your teammates prank you in the high? Did any of them prank me? I don't think I had any pranks done to me. I can't remember. No, I don't think anything ever happened to me. A lot of the pranks were like silly things, but never really happened to me. Like putting bubble gum on your hat when you're before, when you go out there, or like lighting your back of your foot on fire, like that kind of stuff. But I don't think anything actually ever happened to me. Vehicle ranks. Thank you so much again. $5. Would you do Diamond Dynasty with a fan? So I probably would, but I just need to get better at the game. I haven't played against anyone yet, just a computer, and I can't even do that well. So I need to play more. My goal is to get really, really good. Well, not really good at the game, but get better at the game and continue to play. And I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to when MLB 20 comes out, and I can get going like right from the very first day it comes out. Like I'm getting pumped up for that. All right, that's what I want to do. Vehicle ranks. Thank you again. MH asks, what are minor league coaches like? It depends on who you get. I've had some managers and coaches that I loved. I've had some that I did not like at all. They're all different, honestly. It's probably it's no different than anything. Your teacher, your boss, you get some that you love, you get some that you hate, you get some that you're just kind of indifferent. Doesn't, you don't love them, you don't hate them, you're just saying whatever. I tried to learn something from everyone. Take a little bit away from every coach that I had, every manager that I had. I used to take a lot of notes because I knew I was going to coach one day. And so I've learned a lot from all of them. I've had a lot of different coaches and managers. All right, here we go. Let me check out this starting lineup right here from the Rays. Score predictions. I say 6-5 Dodgers. Let's see. Dodgers or Rays tonight? Hold on one sec. I'm going to go... Oh, man. I'm going to go Dodgers. Going to go with the Dodgers for 4-3, I'm going to say. Dodgers. Going to go with the Dodgers. Nah, 4-2. Nah, 5-3. Dodgers, 5-3. Okay. Dodgers at home. Snell's been, he's obviously been hurt. So, guys, if I put this on, and I'm going to get back to the Super Chats in 1 minute. I'm sorry for the delay. Let me know. I just turned the volume up from the YouTube game, Dodgers Rays. Is that volume okay right there? If I play it this loud, can you guys hear that? Is it bothering you? I'm just gonna wait a second. Can you guys hear that in the background? Is it too loud? Okay, it's good. All right, perfect. So we're gonna watch the game there, and if you guys want to put up both, put up the live stream, and then you can watch the game also. You guys could help me put stuff in the chat too. Fam, by the way, this guy rakes. And I thought that I'm having a mental block right now. I thought Ross was starting tonight for the Dodgers. I guess I got, was that last night? I didn't watch last night. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to some of these super chats because I've got a bunch right now. I'm going to multitask. Watch the game. Aye. That was a good pitch to hit right there, 3-1. Okay. Will Crawford, you should Spider-Man Richie, then you'll hit bombs. If there's anyone that deserves to be Spider-Man, it's definitely Richie. I never was, I shouldn't say I wasn't someone to do Spider-Man. Oh, good tag right there. Let me, hey, David Freese. Dave Freese was my first ever roommate. Let's see what. It's called Freese an athlete. So Dave Freese was my first ever roommate in pro ball, and I can't believe he's still playing. So he was 2 years older than me, and God, he's still playing, man. I haven't played in so long, and he's still doing it. I'll tell you this about Dave Freese real quick. So Freese was let's see this again. Oh, nice job, Freezer. I call him Freezer because our single A manager in high A would say, Freezer! Freezer! That's what he called him. Freezer! I think he thought his name was Freezer. But I'll tell you this. Dave Freese went in the, I don't know what round he went. You guys can check it out. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Went same draft as me. Obviously went in the first round. We get to Eugene where we went. And Freese hit the first day. And I'm not kidding you. I watched him hit the first day. And I was like, that dude's better than all of us. And I was the first round pick, and he wasn't. I was just like, that dude's better than all of us. It took one day, and he's been in the big leagues for a long time now. You could just tell immediately, like he was smashing balls to the right center field gap, unlike anyone there. And we had, I was first round pick. Chad Huffman was the second round pick. Chad could really rake too, but Freese could rake, and he was a big, strong dude, and he was athletic. And he could run a little bit, and he could field, and he just played like, man, everyone's all about Lara, huh? Who the hell is Lara? Lara is my wife. She's upstairs. Do you want me to try to get her and see if she can come down and say hello? She's not going to. I know she's not going to. Richie, you're getting the Spider-Man. You better not use the restroom. If you guys don't know what the Spider-Man is, some of you might not. Just go on, just type in Man Antonelli Spider-Man on YouTube. Open up another browser or something and check it out. How about Austin Meadows? That guy rakes. Absolutely rakes. Good take right there. Okay. I find my wife, I'd say she's an attractive lady. Sure, why not? We'll get Lara in a minute. Let me answer a couple more of these super chats. Okay, John Osborne, thank you so much. Should home run records stand for the PD users? Yes, I think they should. I know this is like, we'll get upset about this. My thought is like, a lot of guys pitching were on PEDs, and like I just think it's really hard to figure out who was on them, who wasn't on them, what pitchers were on them, and hitters were on them, and just like I don't know. It's like just I just think just they hit them. Like Barry Bonds, my favorite, probably. Well, Manny Ramirez is my favorite hitter of all time, but Barry Bonds is right up there. Like I know the dude was on juice, like yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think I don't want. He hit him. That's all I'm going to say. Preston Rios, thank you so much. What was your peak prospect rank in the minors? I'm not sure. I was number 2. I know I was number 2 prospect for the Padres. Chase Headley was number 1. And then I think I was 40. You can look it up online if you type it into Google. I think the highest I got was like 40-something in the major. I was 47th overall in the minor leagues or something 1 year. I was number 1 second base prospect. And, yeah, I was 40-something. Dodgers are the best team. Change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. I mean, they're loaded. They're like the best pitching team in the league, I think, and one of the best hitting teams, and super deep. I mean, like their bench is a bunch of guys that should be starters, and they can match up with everyone, and they've got lefties and righties, and they've just got everything. So they're really good. Um, Lenny, thank you so much for the $5. Is batting in the bottom of the lineup worse in the NL or the AL? Oh, it's much worse. I'm gonna take my hat off here for a minute. Man, look at this. Terrible how bald I'm going. This hair just keeps running back here. Oh, it's worse to hit in the bottom of the lineup in the NL. Here's the problem with it. I hit an eighth sometimes, or a lot of times, in the NL. By the way, it's weird watching this Dodger game. This is where I made my Major League debut at Dodger Stadium right here. And there's no stadium that I played in louder than Dodger Stadium. It was freaking loud. And, like, when you're looking at home plate, there's so many stands that go up. It's just weird. Like, no minor league stadiums are like that. Everything is low. And then all of a sudden you play, and, like, it's just huge. It just feels really weird when you're out there playing. So, yeah, batting eighth in the NL is horrible because the pitcher's hitting ninth. And what happens is when the pitcher's hitting ninth, they don't care to walk you. They don't care to throw around you. They don't care to throw breaking balls every pitch because if you walk, then the pitcher's just going to hit into a double play. If there's 2 outs, then they're just going to get the pitcher out. So you don't have anyone hitting behind you. And I know, like a lot of people say, like the statistics and everything, it shows that it doesn't matter who's hitting behind you and all this stuff. But like I think it does. James, $10. Thank you so much. Hey Matt, congratulations on making it to the bigs back in the day. But my buddy from high school. Hold on. Oh, but my buddy from high school is in AA last I checked, so possibly making there soon. Last I know, he was throwing 96, 98. Well, that'll get you there. Although it seems like everyone throws 96, 98 this time of year, or nowadays. But I wish him the best of luck. I hope he makes it to the big leagues, man. Rob of Philly, $25. Thank you so much, Rob. Really enjoy what you're doing on here on your channel. So awesome to get such authentic insights directly from you. Appreciate you being real. You are a true pioneer in this space. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Rob. It's weird to think that I started this YouTube channel like 9-10 years ago, putting up like these silly instructional videos, and now like I play Road to the Show and I answer questions and all this stuff. So it's really interesting, but it's a lot of fun. I've met a lot of cool people doing it. Vehicle ranks. Thank you again so much. Chris Garcia asks, why... Oh, sorry. Would you ever consider breaking down my brother's swing? He's 13. And he has a beautiful swing, I think. Sure. If you send it to me. Now, I know I'm going to say this and I'm going to get like... So, here's the thing. On Instagram, I literally get like 100 kids a day sending me their swings, asking me to look at them. And I can't do that. I don't have enough time. Like I would spend all day and I wouldn't get any work done. So, I mean, you can send an email to me, and again, I'll try to get to it. I know now, like I might get a million emails, but hey, Blake Snell. Okay, let's see here. Laurel, thank you so much. Get your wife. All right. All right, I'm going to go upstairs real quick. You guys want to wait like 10 seconds? I'm going to go ask her if she will come down. I don't think she's going to. In fact, I know she isn't because it is 10:20 at night, and I just know she isn't. Like, I don't care. I'll come on here looking like anything, but she probably isn't. But give me like 20 seconds. I'm going to go upstairs real quick and see if I can get her to come on here. Okay? Hold on one second. 95, Snell throwing heaters. I'll be right back.
What are you looking for? How long do you expect him to go? And he's like,
All right, everyone. We're back. Okay. So my wife's actually upstairs. She's in bed, but she's watching this right now. She said someone is on here with Lara Antonelli. She said someone's on here as a fake imposter, Lara Antonelli. And she said she's been... Let's see. I didn't even see it. Let me check. I can't find it. She said she reported this imposter. So maybe they got kicked out. Anto Army. I like that. So Lara is in... Let's see. Lara, say hello if you're watching this. I think she might be behind a little bit. She's not watching it live, it didn't look like. Can you even be behind? Can you pause this? I don't even know how it works. Anyways. Okay. Let's see if I missed any super chats. I think I did. Uncle Rico. Hey, Uncle Rico. Little pop-up. Okay, Uncle Rico. Sorry, guys. If you're just joining me, I'm watching the Rays-Dodgers game. I'm in the chat over here. And so... Throw a little comment in there about Snell. Pirates are fools for trading Austin Meadows. Yeah, it's not looking very good right now. Definitely not looking very good. Okay, live chat. So you guys are not going to get Road to the Show today. You're going to get it tomorrow night. So, Rays are the best team in baseball? Oh, best run team in baseball. Yeah, they're definitely one of the best run teams in baseball. I mean, they're able to do this without spending a ton of money. It's really impressive. It's like, you got to develop guys. You got to draft well, develop well, make some key free agent signings. And they seem to be able to do all of that. Yeah, so you're going to get a Road to the Show tomorrow night. And then I'm going to do a little... You know, one thing I think I'm going to do on there is I'm going to... So I have not simulated one game. Every single at-bat you guys have seen. And so what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to play a little bit. Maybe later tonight. We'll see. And I'm going to... I'm just going to play. And I'm not even going to, I'm just going to play without talking or anything. And I'll film it, but I probably won't film myself talking. And then I'll just put the at-bats in like really quickly. So you guys can watch like 20, 30, 40 at-bats real quick. I just want to be able to play a little bit without having to talk the whole time and just really like focus in on playing and see if my hitting improves. God, Snell throws hard as hell. Okay, let's see. Have you ever heard of somebody playing baseball for the first time at community college and getting drafted? I have not. I do get a ton of people that say, I get this email all the time. Lara is definitely better than me at baseball. Um, I get this question all the time from people. It's like, hey, Matt, I haven't played baseball since I was in the league, but I'm 24 and I'm back to playing. And do you think I make the big leagues? Like, um, where's the fake Lara Antonelli? I don't see it. I don't see it. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I mean, people that practice every day of their lives, like 99.99% of those people never make it. So, I mean, to not play for a long time or to start playing really late, like it is difficult, like really difficult. Baseball is one of those. It's a skill game, like it's an acquired skill, you know. Like I've seen some football players that don't play football. They run track, or they play basketball, and they don't play football until late in their lives, and then they can make it to the NFL because they're freak athletes. But baseball is just tough to do that. So I don't want to make anyone feel like, oh man, well I should just give up because anything can happen. It's rare and it's tough. My favorite part of being a pro, pro ball is a lot different than every other level of baseball because honestly, the thing I didn't like about pro ball, to be completely honest, is it does start to feel more like a job at times because you're playing so much. It's every day. You're exhausted. Your body hurts. You're traveling all the time. You're living out of a suitcase. Like it is, and I mean, I guess it should feel like a job. It is your job, right? Like you're getting paid for it, even though you're getting paid nothing in the minors. But that's the one thing about how's your wife and my kids? That's the one thing about the professional baseball that's different. It does feel like a job at times. I have a couple super chats here, so let me get to those real quick. Vehicle ranks. Thank you so much again, man. Jeez Louise. Biggio just hit for the cycle, and I'm a Mets fan though. Oh, Biggio did. That's awesome. Biggio. Did he go to Notre Dame? I feel like when I was at Wake Forest, he was playing at Notre Dame. I feel like I saw him play there. Can anyone confirm that? John Kendall, thank you so much for the $5. I really, really appreciate that. Jake, thank you so much. Can I play you in Diamond Dynasty? We can play eventually. Just give me a little bit more time to practice because you're gonna kill me. I'm horrible. I'm horrendous. So give me a little bit of time. We can play. Don't. That's one of my favorite lines. Don't. Or nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever do it again. It's one of my favorite. I drop that line all the time. Yo, what's up, Ruben? You think Tim Tebow will make it to the majors? I don't. I have not been following it all. I don't even know how he's done. I don't even know if he's still playing. Biggio did indeed play at Notre Dame. Yep, that's what I thought. So when I was coaching at Wake Forest for 1 year, I remember we played against him. Has any Antonelli 12U teams gone to Cooperstown tournament? We have not gone to Cooperstown yet. Some of our players have gone, but we just haven't gone as a team. We might do that in the future. We just haven't done it yet. I know the big Biggio went to, like Craig Biggio went to Seton Hall. Is that what you're saying? I'm talking about Kevin. Do I think Richie is going to make it to the show? The only chance Richie has of making it to the show is if he buys a PS4 and does Road to the Show. Because he's not getting there. Can't hit. Sorry, Rich. Thank you, Philly Gangster. I appreciate that. Love your vids and personality. You gave your mom's maiden name in one of your vids. I did? Major League, the movie talk, Hayes. Yeah, I love it. I usually say at least once a game, tried the corner and missed. At least in Antonelli baseball games, at least anytime a ball is thrown to the backstop. Do the Gary Crews actually have Gatorade? Yes, they do. They usually have really good Gatorade. One of the best parts about pro ball, one of the most exciting things is that ball's dotted right there. One of the best things is when you get to get out to the dugout and you don't know what flavor the Gatorade is, and it's a surprise. and hopefully it's not grape. Although grape's not horrible, but and then depending on who your trainer is, usually the trainer is going to make the Gatorade. Some guys make really good mixes. Some guys don't. Some guys put too much water. Some guys put a little bit too much Gatorade mix. So it just depends. But you Shopify for your merch, Matt? I do not. But we have a company that's going to be putting our stuff up on our website soon. So stay tuned for that. Whoa! Tried the corner and missed. If anyone's watching this game. We do not use Shopify, no. What was your GPA going to college to play baseball? I had a 3.5 GPA at St. John's Prep. I had a 12.10 SAT. Let's see. Do I think analytics have taken over too much of the game? Me personally, I don't like hearing announcers talk about spin rates and launch angles all game. I think analytics is I think there's so much more. All people talk about like announcers like launch angle. Like there's a lot more going on than just launch angles. And some people, I think that's just like the only thing they really know, or maybe that's the only thing they think other people know. So I think analytics. I think if you look at the best teams, they're using a lot of they're using analytics, and so it's really helping not only the major league teams, but it's helping develop players in the minor leagues, and so. But it's so much more than just launch angle. Like that's just silly when someone shows me, like, I don't need to know. When I see a home run hit or a ball hit, like, I don't need them to tell me what the launch angle is. That doesn't mean, like, I know where the ball was hit. So personally, like, that's silly. Launch angle. Like, from watching the game and hearing about that, it's silly. Okay, let me go back. I missed a lot of questions here. Sorry about that. I should do franchise. I know a lot of people have been telling me that. So franchise, you just basically pick a team, and then it's like you're the player of the entire team plus the GM and stuff. Like I do that in Madden, or I used to do that in Madden all the time. I think it was franchise mode. Why did you pick number 9 in your uniforms? I was always number 6 in high school, and then I played for a team called the Ohio Warhawks in high school, summer ball, and they didn't have number 6 for me, but they had number 9, and so I went to number 9 for them. And I just thought, like, Ted Williams, number 9, I'm from Boston, like, I'll go with number 9. And then I got to college, and the same thing happened to me. So we had a player that was number 6, and so I went to number 9, and then I just stuck with it. I like it. Okay. Did you ever meet or play against Ryan Braun? Yep. Played against him in college, played against him when he was with the Brewers. I'll be throwing up a video in a few days about my throw when I was playing against the Milwaukee Brewers. I threw a ball, so Braun was running around third. Prince Fielder hit a ball off the right field fence, and I get the cutoff from Brian Giles, and I turn, and I throw a ball about 50 feet over the catcher's head and smashes up against the netting. I'm throwing that up on YouTube in a couple days, so keep an eye out for that. Okay. Did you think they were going to call you up in 2011? Yes, I did. But then I guess I realized they weren't going to after a while. I mean, I was the only position player that made the All-Star team that year in AAA. I was the organizational player of the month in August. I was banged up a decent amount during the year. I pulled my hamstring pretty badly. But I still thought maybe I'd get a chance. I remember, like, there was a bunch of injuries. There was a bunch of injuries going on at the big league level. Like Espinosa got hurt, I think, and maybe even like Ian Desmond got hurt, and he was playing short at the time, and like Ryan Zimmerman got hurt, and like everyone was getting hurt, and I was the best hitter that year at AAA as an infielder, and like I kept talking to my agent and being like, Richie stole my Xbox. I kept talking to my agent, be like, what's the chance here? He's like, and he'd be talking to people, and he'd be like, nope, not going to call you up. Nope, they're going to wait. Nope. And then, like, literally every infielder on the Nationals got hurt, and he kept saying, nope, they're not going to do anything. And eventually I think he said, like, it's not going to happen. Oh, here's a play at the plate. Ooh. And the Rays go up 1-0. Kike. This Doc. So Doc Roberts, when I was with the Padres, he was actually our the base running coach. Taught us about bunting and stuff. Great guy. One of the nicest guys ever. Our staff, when I was with the Padres, was unbelievable. Bud Black was like the nicest guy ever. Roberts, nicest guy ever. Hoffman. Trevor Hoffman's brother was actually our third base coach. Nicest guy ever. Like, we just had like the nicest coaches. Okay. Oh, I got a couple super chats here. Let me take care of this for a second. Let's see what we got here. Was good. Was good. Thank you so much. What do you order at Panda Express and Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A, get a 10-count nugget with a fry and a cookies and cream milkshake. I get that every single time I go. When I was playing, I would mix in a grilled chicken sandwich with barbecue sauce. But now that I don't play, it's always chicken fingers. And they've got the best waffle fries in the world. And when you put the barbecue sauce, hey, you're talking about us. So barbecue sauce and waffle fries, oh my God, unbelievable. And Panda Express, either it's going to be a double order orange chicken, or it's going to be orange chicken and what's it called? I haven't been there in a little while now. Fire shrimp, not fire shrimp. What am I talking about? Fire something. It's like chicken, but with a different type of sauce. It's hard to explain. They got some peppers and stuff in there. And then I got a fried rice. JP's Baseball Journey. Can I get a shout out and thank you for all the great bits? Shout out to JP's Baseball Journey. JP, I'm going to have to check out your channel. I'm assuming it's your baseball journey. So I'm going to have to check that out. Sounds like it'd be pretty cool. But thank you so much for $10 and supporting the channel. CSU grad 2005. We're almost the same age. I was technically I was supposed to be a 2007 grad, but I ended up being a 2014 grad. Okay, who is your favorite umpire in the bigs? Well, I didn't play there long enough to really have any favorites. So I don't know. None of them. I thought from a hitter's perspective, the umpires had way smaller zones than I anticipated. I never had a game or an at-bat, I don't remember, where I was like pissed off that I got called out on a bad pitch. There were a lot more pitches where I was up there and I took it and I went, all right, that's a strike. And I went to step out and they go, ball. And I'm like, okay. So you see that way more often. Because the zones in the minor leagues can be kind of big sometimes. I missed your last super chat? Where? Let me see. I missed your last super chat. Oh, last one. Then I'm broke. Can I have an autograph? Oh, wow. I missed a couple. Whoa. I missed a bunch of super chats. Okay, hold on. John Osborne, did I answer this already? Thank you so much. Do starting pitchers travel with the team, if not scheduled to pitch? Yeah, my experience, the starting pitchers always came with the team. I can't think of starting pitchers that didn't travel. So I'm pretty sure that they always traveled with the team. It's a quick game right here. Let's see what else we have. Vehicle ranks. If you were to play Diamond Dynasty with a fan, do they need a mic? No, I guess they don't need one, but probably more fun if we could. Well, I wouldn't talk any trash. I'd get a lot of trash talked at me because I'd be getting killed. Laurel, thank you so much. Do you have an opinion of Zach Hampel? Hampel. Um, so I've seen a couple of his videos, and actually a long time ago, someone running his, I don't not running his channel, someone that works for him, I believe, asked me if I wanted to go to a game and kind of hang out with them, and never really worked out, but I have seen a couple of videos. Last one, vehicle. Thank you so much. Then I'm broke. Can you have an autograph? You can have an autograph. The best thing to do for an autograph is so I get emails, or I get cards and stuff and baseballs and stuff all the time. If you have something you want me to sign, send it to the New England Premier Sportsplex. Just look it up, New England Premier Sportsplex. It's at 199 Newbury Street in Danvers, Mass. That's where we work out. That's where our team works out. So I'm there all the time. Send me something there to sign if you have like a card or a ball or something. And then if you can just put an envelope inside that with a return address, I can send it right back to you. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. Nick, thank you so much. Do you agree with weighted ball programs for reload? I think that if you do a weighted ball program, I think there's no doubt that they have shown. Oh, wow, they just threw crossfire. That was really crazy. So I think if. Oh, Bellinger's up. Oh, yeah. Hold on one sec. Let's watch Bellinger for a sec. It's a good hack right there. So I think weighted balls can help you. We've had a lot of players that use them. You just you got to be smart about the program. You've got to be responsible. You've got to be prepared for it. Your body's got to be ready for it. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. You have to make sure that you do the proper warm-up. You got to make sure that you do the proper recovery. You can't just go out and just grab a heavy ball and just start chucking it. Or you could get in trouble. So that's my thought. But I think they work. Ooh, that was a kind of an ugly 1-1 swing right there. Angels and Outfitter Rookie of the Year. I'll go, man, both good. Both really good. I'm showing up on the MLB game because I'm in the chat on the MLB game. This is an uncomfortable at bat. I would not want to be a lefty facing Snell. Oh, yeah, so Angels of the Outfield or Rookie of the Year? Man, they're both good. I'll go Rookie of the Year by a little bit, but Angels in the Outfield is good, too. Major League's my favorite movie of all time, though. Oh, man, another super chat? Thank you so much. Who do we got here? E squared for business. Thank you. Are you accepting sponsors for your channel? I don't really have any, but sure. If you would like to sponsor the channel... Got him on the high here. He is just filthy, man. So yeah, if you would like to sponsor the channel, we can talk about it. Just shoot me an email, matt@AntonelliBaseball.com, and we can figure it out. We can throw you up there for a sponsor. Major League is a great movie. My favorite of all time. OCD, the hat touching and swallowing all the time. So I don't have OCD. I don't think. I mean, maybe I do. I have a Patreon account, actually. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can definitely do it on Patreon. We have a lot of patrons. I think that's what you call them. So let me talk about my OCD. So the touching of the hat thing, that's just a baseball thing. You know, like baseball players do that a lot. All right? Like, just ask my wife. She would always make fun of me because I touch my cup a lot. Okay? But there's something about baseball and just, I don't know why. You spit a lot, you touch your hat a lot, you grab your cup a lot. I don't know why. The swallowing thing is, it's hard to explain. So I had like this ear issue like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and something to do with like my eustachian tubes, I think they're called. And so I swallow a lot because I don't know why. It opens up the tubes, and I got into this bad habit, and so that's why I'm always swallowing. It's really loud. My wife used to yell at me a lot, like, "Why are you swallowing so loud? Stop swallowing that loud. It's bothering me." And I don't even realize I'm doing it. I should work at ESPN. What's the most Boston thing about you? I don't know. I mean, I didn't think I had an accent, a bad accent, but then I'm watching the Road to the Show video sometimes, and I'm like, get up there, ball! And I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible. So I went to school in North Carolina, and then I played with guys from all over the country, so I kind of lost my accent for a little bit. But now, being back home a lot, it's coming back. Robert McDonald, thank you so much. Pro athlete that was an a-hole to you. Bonds? No, so I never really got to talk to Barry Bonds at all. I was too young. He was too old. He was gone by the time I got there. Major league player that was an a-hole to me? None of them, really. So Greg Maddux was on our team for a little bit. He wasn't an a-hole, but he just treated the rookie. He kind of liked to do pranks and stuff. So he used to prank like Whey LeBlanc got pranked by him a couple times and stuff. And like I actually never really talked to him. Jeez. Snell is feeling it. What was I going to say? Oh, pro athlete that was an a-hole. So Maddox, but I never talked to him really at all. I told you guys the story. I don't know if you saw it. I put it up. Like, check it out. Type in Greg Maddox, not Greg Maddox into YouTube. He came next to me one spring training game and was like spitting his dip all over my leg and kept doing it. Like he did those type of things. So I don't know if that's an a-hole. He just was kind of pranking around. I mean, maybe he didn't like me. Maybe that's why he was doing it. But go get the ball. Oh, that's an easy one. Who else? There was really like most guys were like really really nice guys. You know, professional athletes a lot of times too. Like people think they're gonna be jerks for some reason. Like I found everyone to be really nice. Like Trevor Hoffman, nicest person ever. Maybe the nicest person ever. Like I'd come out of spring training games and practices, and like Trevor Hoffman would be sitting like with my dad on the picnic table outside, just like talking. I'd be like, then like I'd go, me and my dad would go out to eat, and I'd be like, "What the hell are you doing with Trevor Hoffman?" He's like, "I don't know, I'm just chatting with him." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, just stuff. He's a nice guy." I'm like, "What the hell?" So like, I don't know. He's just a really really nice guy. So I didn't really see any a-holes. I can't think of any a-holes, honestly. Let's see what else here. Julio, thank you so much. Can I have a signed bat? Bats are tough. I do still have a lot of bats, but bats are tough to give away because, one, I don't have enough to give like a lot of them away. If I give one away, then I have to give 1,000 of them away. I use bats a lot to give away to, like I'll sign bats and give them away to like they'll have like different auctions to raise money for stuff. So I'll do that a lot. So I wish I could send you a bat. I don't think I can send you one though. Boom Slang? Thank you so much for the $10. Hi, Matt. New subscriber here and really like your channel. Makes me want to go out and buy the game now. I know. Sony should, I should work for Sony or something, huh? Can I get a shout out from my channel? Yeah, Boom Slang. Is that how you say it? Boom Slang? Everybody, go check out his channel. I do baseball card collecting videos. Really? Do you have any of my cards? That'd be really cool. Maybe we could do a video together. If you ever stumble upon one of my cards or something, maybe we should do a video together. I don't know how we could do it, but we can figure it out. You have a card of mine? Man, Dave, you bought the game because of me too? A lot of people have. I actually put it in the description box, a little affiliate link, because people were like, dude, you got to put an affiliate link for PS4 and for the game because a lot of people are going to buy it because of you. I'm going to change hats here. I'm going to get rid of my Wake Forest hat. Which hat should we go with? This hat's kind of uncomfortable. It's a little small. I don't know if you can see. Long time no talk, man. I know, huh? What's going on? Got a Man Antonelli rookie card. It's worth like 2 cents. But I'm glad you guys have it. Holy Cross hat. Ooh, a Holy Cross hat? Anyone know what Holy Cross is? Hold on. Wow, that was difficult right there. Wow, what the hell is on with this hat? This hat is humongous. This hat's so big. Jeez Louise. Anyways, Holy Cross, coached here for a year. This hat is terrible. Look at it. It's crooked. It's brown. Sorry, Holy Cross. I mean, I love Holy Cross, but it does have a beautiful campus. Crusaders. Guys, I don't know how long I can wear this hat for. I look like an idiot. So we're probably going to change it in a minute. But this is the hat I wore when I coached there. I coached third, so I didn't have to wear my hat a lot. I wore, like, you know, the helmet thingy. I stopped taking roids, so my head shrank. Roids is one thing I never did take. Lake Elsinore Storm hat? Yeah, sorry, Holy Cross. Let's go Lake Elsinore Storm hat. Man, this hat's a little small. You know why? When I was with the Storm, the string of my eye. Come on. This hat's small because when I played with the Storm, I had a completely shaved head. I actually had a mohawk for a little bit. Me and Seth Johnston had mohawks together. Dodgers hat? This is a goofy hat? I don't know. I like this hat. I think Super Chad. Sorry, YouTube game. I got to get back to watching the game for a second. Was busy with my hats. Okay. Oh, I thought I had another super chat, but I guess not. I don't see it now. Ooh! Nice play right there. Yeah, that Pittsburgh trade, didn't work out very well for the Pirates. Man, Snell is filthy. I'm on the notable player board in Lake Elsinore. Yeah, I heard about that. A lot of people did tell me that. Would you ever want to work towards coaching in the MLB? So, I actually interviewed for a couple of different, for a managing job and for a hitting coach job. I think I was going to get them both. I kind of dropped out before I got them. But I think I was probably going to get both of them. I don't know. So I wanted to, I don't know if I'll ever coach. I mean, right now, probably not. Spider-Man balloon's in my son's bedroom right now. He likes to sleep with the balloon in his room. So Uh, so I probably will. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever want to coach in the big leagues. Maybe one day. Right now is not a great time for me, just because I have two little kids and I enjoy being home. And I've got a business, Antonelli Baseball, that's going well, and I have a YouTube channel. So I don't know. We'll see down the road. Maybe when I get older and get bored. Whatever coach for the Mariners, maybe. They were not one of the teams that I interviewed for, but a job as an equipment manager, that's one thing I don't know. I think those jobs, a lot of times, you have to like know somebody within the organization. So I honestly don't know how you get into that, though. Awesome. Thanks, Alan. I'm glad you're getting into it. If you guys are just joining us here, I did play against Buster Posey. He was a freshman at Florida State when I was a junior. I'm watching the Rays-Dodgers game on YouTube. You guys can go over there and check it out also with me. I'm in the comments, or I'm in the chat with them, so. And I'm probably going to need to go get some water again soon because my throat's starting to hurt. What do I think about the juiced baseballs? I think that baseballs definitely are a little bit juiced. They seem to be, obviously, the numbers are crazy this year. They're flying. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Thanks, Troy. So, yeah, it feels like the balls are kind of juiced. Funniest teammate? Man, I had a lot of funny teammates. The funniest players around in the major league level was Brian Giles, by far. Worst hit by pitch? Worst hit by pitch was when I was 11. Hector Arias hit me in the ankle. I cried on the field. It killed. Worst hit by pitch when I got older? I don't know. I've been hitting the head a couple times that were kind of scary. Matt, can you answer my question? Freshman year, pitched for the first time today. Oh, first time yesterday. Took two batters to get in the groove. Threw some beautiful knuckleballs. And got my first high school strikeout. Awesome. Did you ever face Derek Holland? I did face Derek Holland not in AAA, in spring training, I believe it was. He was filthy for a little bit there. Hey, nice to meet you too. Thank you for hanging out. I think I just got a super chat. Did I get a super chat? Hold on. I did. Robert McDonald, thank you so much. Have you ever been a pro wrestling fan? Is pro wrestling like WWE? Do you consider that pro wrestling? Because if that's considered pro wrestling, then I was a big pro wrestling fan when I was younger. You know who you should talk to? You should talk to Juan Rivera. Go Juan Cerro Baseball. Go check him out. He's a coach for the Antonelli Baseball, and he loves pro wrestling, and he knows a lot about pro wrestling. I do invest in stocks. I'm very into the stock market. It is something that I'm very interested in and passionate about. So, yes, I do. I follow the stock market every day. I love ice cream. I love cookie dough ice cream, except it hurts my stomach. Whenever I eat ice cream, I wake up with a stomach ache. But I eat it anyways because I like it that much. Lara played softball in high school, and then she realized she wasn't any good, so she stopped playing. Thing I hated most about baseball, the how hard it is. Honestly, it's the hardest game, and the amount of games. Honestly, like as a pro player, there's no need to play every day. I had months where I'd play 30 days, like every day in a month. Like there's no need to do that. That's just overkill, in my opinion. Did I ever lose my passion from playing baseball? Yeah, I'd say at the end of my career, that's why I stopped playing. Yeah, I'd say late in my career, I kind of did lose it. I was hurt a lot. I wasn't playing well, and so. I never got to play Camden Yards because I never got called up. I played spring training, and then I worked out there and stuff during the off season with the Orioles. They had me come down and work out with the team. Um, Thanks so much. What did I say? Malachi? I just went to a minor league game. Lowell Spinners is only about 20 minutes from my house, so short season with the Red Sox. Does Wake Forest have an alumni game? I'm not sure. I've never played in it, so. What companies am I invested in or with? My biggest investment is Apple. I've owned it since 2000 and... When did I buy Apple? 2008? 2008 through 2010, I was accumulating Apple as fast as I could. And I just sold my first bit probably at the end of this past year when it was at 230 something, I believe. Just a little bit. Just sold a little bit. I still own almost all of my... I do own some Bitcoin. I've been, over the last year... I do not follow anything I'm saying, by the way. This is not financial advice. But I have actually been buying over the last year or so, a little less than a year, I've been buying a lot of Tesla stock. So, I don't know why I feel the same way about Tesla that I did about Apple when I was buying a lot of it back in 2008. So we'll see what happens. Ethereum, yeah, I bought a very, very, very little bit of that. Who's your favorite player currently playing? I like a lot of guys. I mean, Mike Trout. Obviously, everyone loves Mike Trout. There's so many good players. I watch the Red Sox probably more than other teams just because I have them on TV every night. So like JD Martinez, Mookie Betts, I love watching them hit. Playing in Syracuse kill anyone's passion. You're right. Playing in Syracuse is tough. Not a lot of people go to the game. The atmosphere is not great. But I will say that I really enjoy playing in Syracuse probably because I hit really well. I had really good teammates. I like my manager and coaches a lot. So I really did enjoy my time in Syracuse. Nice pitch right there. Tell the Spider-Man story again? Okay, I will, but I have a super chat right here, and then I'll tell the Spider-Man story. I have a couple super chats. Owen Manning, thank you so much. Opinion of childhood MLB team when you were a pro. Opinion of childhood MLB team when you were a pro. So my childhood MLB team was the Red Sox, and I told this a little earlier tonight, but I'll tell it again. I was a huge Red Sox fan my whole life. I watched every game. I cried when they lost. I just loved the Red Sox. And then I got drafted, and you can't follow the Red Sox anymore. You can't follow a team when you get drafted because you're playing all the time. And so I just lost track of watching them, and I lost track of following the players. And before you know it, I could care less if they won or lost or anything. So, and I've never been able to regain that passion for the team. So, like, I watch Red Sox games now, and I don't care if they lost every game. And people are like, they think I'm nuts. You know, they just assume that I'm a huge Red Sox fan. People are like, oh, man, are you ready for the Red Sox game? Or whatever. I'm like, not really. Like, I watched the World Series and stuff last year just to watch baseball. I would have watched it if any team was in it. And when they won, I didn't care at all. It's a little weird, but that's what pro ball does to you, I guess. Driver 3 Joe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. JP's Baseball Journey, you're back, man. What's going on? Best moment of your MLB career? Well, my MLB career was very short, so I didn't have a lot of great moments. But I would just have to say just my first game playing, getting a hit in my first at-bat against Greg Maddux was really cool. and obviously something I'll remember for a really long time. I'll always remember it, hopefully. Um, and that was definitely the coolest moment, I would say. And being able to play against the Dodgers, and they had Manny Ramirez on the team and Nomar Garciaparra. They had a lot of Red Sox players that I grew up idolizing. Like Manny was my favorite player of all time, but so wasn't Nomar. And and so being able to play against those two guys in my debut, like, and facing Maddox and all that stuff was just, it was awesome. What do start? I'm gonna take my hat off for a little bit here. What do starting pitchers do on their off days? So everyone has basically like everyone's probably a little bit different, but you're gonna get your lifts in. You're gonna get your who has the best hair? They will be not me. You're going to everyone's gonna be on their own throwing program, right? So and everyone's different. Some guys, I played a guy like Matt Bushman would throw like as hard as he could every day. He'd throw 100 pitches in the game. He'd go out the next day like firing balls. Some guys the next day they don't throw at all. So it just depends. But you're gonna have some type of throwing program. You're gonna throw a bullpen or two before your next start, where you can work on things. So I can't grow the flow. I don't have any hair; it's disappearing. So it really just depends. But everything is geared towards basically just getting your arm back to feeling good again and ready for your next start. Seager's up. Oh man, Oliver Drake. So Oliver Drake was with the Orioles when I was with the Orioles. Oliver's a good guy. Works out, or I don't know if he still does, but he worked out at Cressy Performance. That's in Hudson, Mass. Is it in Hudson, Mass? Yeah, it's close to me. Where'd he go? He go to the Naval Academy. He was a good guy. I liked him. You should do an episode of Cribs for your channel. I might do that. Oh yeah, Spider-Man story. Let me tell you the Spider-Man story really quick, and then I'm going to. What do I like better? Electric car. So I like everything about Tesla. I like the electric car part of it. I like the battery part of it. I like a lot of stuff. I like the self-driving part of it. So Spider-Man story. Okay, so in Double A, wow, who is that? Ryan. Ryan, who are you? How do you know those guys? Am I correct in saying it was? Ooh, you might be correct. It might be one of those guys. So in Double A, there was this pitcher on our team, and he would do what's called the Spider-Man on bus trips. So late at night when it was like really dark and everyone was kind of sleeping. If a guy had to get up and use the restroom, he would do the Spider-Man. So basically, he would take all his clothes off, completely naked, and he would climb up. So, like when you're on a bus, the little area at the top where you can throw a bag and stuff, he would climb up. So he'd put an arm up on one, he'd put an arm up on the other, and then he'd put 1 foot back here and 1 foot back here. And so he'd be hanging up like this. His head would be pointed towards the driver, and his butt would be facing back towards the bathroom. And he would get real close to the bathroom door. And then, so like when someone would come out of the bathroom, it'd be dark, they'd come out, and it's like late, your eyes might be closed. And so like you come out and you're not paying attention, you're just kind of walking, you can't see, and then you would just run into him. And that was called the Spider-Man. And he would get guys that would just be called up and they wouldn't know about it. And then everyone would start dying laughing. It's a little disturbing, but that's minor league baseball for you. Thank you, I appreciated that. Opening up this spring at Coastal Carolina, tips on helping my nerves. So, ooh. Guy can play defense right there. That guy covers everything. So I opened up my college career against Rice, the defending national champions, and I was scared shitless. So I think it's normal to be a little bit scared. But I played a lot of baseball games scared. Not scared. Nervous. I shouldn't say scared. I played a lot of baseball games nervous. So I think that's probably normal. But I always feel like if you put in a lot of work and you feel prepared, like you've put in all the work you can, you've done everything you can to get ready, you might be a little nervous, but just go play the game. Have fun. And don't give the other team or the other players too much credit. Did Eric Sogard get the Spider-Man? I don't know if he ever got the Spider-Man. I'm not really sure. I was never in Double A with Eric Sogard. He was a little younger than me. And so don't give the other team too much credit. Like, when I was in high school, I gave everyone in college, I was like, oh, I could never play college baseball. They're too good. Because they play for Coastal Carolina, whoever. Like, if you're on the field with them, you can play with them. So I say go kick their ass. Hey, D Powers, what's going on? Oh, we're live. Next road to the show is tomorrow night. How old are you and your son? I'm 34. My son's 5. I probably would not start up North Carolina Antonelli baseball, but you never know. Hey, from Ireland, what's going on, Pete? Felipe Vasquez. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I heard something, but thanks, David. I appreciate that. They haven't been funny for me because I'm getting pissed that I can't get any hits. Getting really pissed. Best hitters park I played in? It wasn't Petco. Wasn't Dodger Stadium. I played at Fenway Park in a AAA game. And Fenway seemed like a nice hitter stadium. I hit a ball off the wall that was just like a low line drive. I feel like I saw the ball really well there too. Oh, nope. Fly ball. Man, there's just no offense right now in this game. Dave Roberts coming on here for a little interview. These YouTube games, the interview stuff is awesome. In between innings. Okay. First home run ball, I don't have it. I told that story on one of my YouTube videos. Dave Roberts, I'm not interviewing? I don't know, Dave. I'm looking at you right now. Let's hear what Dave Roberts has to say real quick. Hold on 1 second, everyone. Roberts is the nicest. The nicest guy ever. Yeah, so some old guy got the ball, and then he wanted to trade it for me or to me for bats and all this stuff. I didn't have enough bats to give him, so Clay Hensley gave me his bats and said, give these to the guy. So I gave them to the guy, and then he gave me the ball back. And then the Padres were supposed to write on it first home run hit, blah, 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 and it just disappeared. I never got it. So I have my first hit ball, but not my first home run ball. Uh-oh, I got 20% battery on my phone right now. Best overall player I ever played with? Adrian Gonzalez was one of the best players, position players, probably the best player I ever played with. I played with a lot of really good players, though. I mean, when I was with the Padres, obviously he was really good. Jake Peavy was really good. Trevor Hoffman, obviously, was amazing. Greg Maddux was obviously amazing, although at the time I played with him, he was older. When I was with the Orioles, we had a lot of really... Adam Jones was incredibly talented. Matt Wieters was really good at that time. Mark Reynolds could crush the ball. J.J. Hardy was, super consistent. Chris Davis could hit the ball 900 feet. Excuse me. Nick Markakis was a right fielder, just super consistent, super strong arm, hit for average. Who the hell else? Jake Arrieta was one of our pitchers. He wasn't the Jake Arrieta that he was when he went who the Cubs, but you could tell he was really good. I mean, I played with a lot of really good guys. Um, when I went to the Nationals, we had like, who do we have over at the Nationals? Ryan Zimmerman was like one of the smoothest third basemen. Um, Steven Strasburg was over there. Bryce Harper played with Bryce in spring training. That was back when he was really young, but and then let's see who else. When I went to the Indians, like in spring training, I was with Francisco Lindor. This was my spring training, basically my spring training team when I was with the Indians. We had Lindor, so I was kind of in the middle, although I was playing third too a little bit. But it was Lindor. It was Gio Urshela over at third. It was I'm having mental blocks here. It was over at first. He's that was his name. God, it's too late. I can't think of any of the guys on my team. But we had like a ridiculous team. Not Santana, no. Big guy, I think Dominican guy. He's with the Brewers now. Is it the Brewers? Who's he with now? Yan Gomes was behind the plate. Who's the big, huge first baseman that hits like a ton of homers? Aguilar, thank you. And then who else do we have? We had why am I having so many mental blocks? Edwin Encarnacion was not with us when I was there. The other great infielder for the Indians, he's hurt this year. Golly, I got a horrible mental block right now. Can't remember anybody's names. But we were like so good. Michael Brantley was over there. Kipnis was at second. Ramirez. God, there were so many good players. Yeah, Jose Ramirez. He was in the minors with me. He was in spring training with me. Our infield was just ridiculous how many good players were there. Oh, Perez was there with me, who's now catching with the Indians. Lindor was there. He was at short with us. It was just crazy how many young players they had. And you know what's the funniest thing? This is the funniest thing. This is the craziest thing, okay? I practiced every single day with Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor and all these guys that we just talked about every day. And they were young. You also have to remember, this was 2000, and this is my last year playing, 2013, okay? And so I'm playing with all these guys, and I was like, Lindor guys, like he looks pretty good, and like Ramirez, he's like a good player. But I never ever thought like Lindor was going to be Lindor or Ramirez was going to be Ramirez. That's what's weird. That's what's crazy about it. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but literally, I was just playing with them, practicing with them every day, and I just thought like they were good baseball players, but never thinking like they're going to be superstars. It's just crazy. Let's see here. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, Trevor Bauer. Yep. Bauer was good. So we had gotten Bauer, or the Indians got Bauer coming over from Arizona. So I faced Trevor a couple times in spring training in inter squads against each other, and then we were together in Columbus. My at bats against him, I remember I hit a single up the middle my first at bat. He threw so many pitches, I had to keep fouling balls off and hit a single. He was throwing like, I just felt like he had like 10 pitches. He threw a fastball and a cutter and a sinker, two-seamer, and a slider, and a curveball, and a change. And it was just like, I was thinking up there, like, golly, how many freaking pitches does this guy have? And I just kept fighting balls off, and then finally had a single up the middle. Do I think Ryan Braun is a Hall of Famer? I'd have to look at his stats, but off the top of my head, I would not think so. But I'd have to look at his stats. All right, guys. How much did Bitcoin cost when you first got it? I think I bought Bitcoin at 3,500. I bought it at a couple different prices, but I think the lowest I bought it was at like 3,500, somewhere around there. I also bought it a little bit higher than that also. All the injuries for the Yankees. Injuries are weird. Like, people will say, is it the conditioning or like they're not working or like all this stuff. Like, I pulled my hamstring when I was in the best shape of my life. Like, the best shape. Like, I should have been doing like triathlons. Best shape ever. I pulled a hamstring. So sometimes people are like, oh, this guy must be fat. He pulled a hamstring. Or he's not meant to be working hard or whatever. Like, sometimes, like, just bad stuff happens. So it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's bad luck. Sometimes it may be something that they're doing. I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing, so it's hard to tell. I've never used roids. Nope. I have not used steroids before. Probably should have. I'm just kidding. But I never have. When did you realize you were good? I always thought I was like a decent player. King Kong sleeping. Very weird. I always would probably thought I was worse than I really was, which is in some ways good because it made me work really, really hard. In some ways bad. I always say you've got to practice like you're the worst player on the team. You got to play like you're the best player on the team. It's hard to kind of have that both of those mentalities. But when you step on the field, oh, that's a rocket. Here come the hits. So you've got to be able to practice like you're not good. And that's what I think. That's one of the reasons why I think I made it a long way. I never really thought I was like a great player, so I practiced really, really hard all the time. The problem is there were times in my career where I was hurt by that because I wasn't confident enough when I actually played in the games. So I don't know. What is with all the steroid questions? Should Montreal get their team back? I don't know. I mean, Montreal seems like a great city, so sure, why not? All right, guys. I'm going to do a few more minutes. My phone's getting low, and I can't plug it in from where it is right here. So let me see if I can figure something out. I don't think I can. So my fungo game is amazing. That's my one skill as a coach. I can really fungo, and I love the fungo. I don't think the Braves are going all the way. Nope. So you asked if there was people that quit because they didn't have enough money. I don't know if I ever saw someone quit because they didn't have enough money, but I did see guys quit because I think money might have been part of it. I actually am going to get the iPhone. What is the new one called? The iPhone 11 Max Pro? Is that what it's called? That's what I'm getting. Yes. So I will get that soon. So I did see a couple guys. I'll look in the Twitch. I did have a couple guys that stopped playing because they were getting paid crap, and I think some of them just got discouraged. I don't know if money was the only thing, but I'm sure it had a part to do with it. Do you think it's easier or harder to coach as you played in the league? When I first got into coaching, I remember this vividly. My first coaching spot ever was at Wake Forest as a student assistant. I got back to Wake Forest, and my first thought was, God, these guys suck. Because I just got out of like seeing major leaguers and AAA players play every day for a long time. And so it took my eyes a while to get adjusted back to what a college player was like. But I do think it definitely helped me because I learned a lot from being at that level. And double play. Got him. Nice double play right there. David Freese is up soon. So I do think it helped that I played. One thing that also, like, some people that play at a high level, like, they can never get over the fact that, like, players at a lower level are not going to be big league players. But I have luckily, I know I said that when I first got there, I was like, these guys suck. But that only lasted for a little bit. I have so many David Freese stories, yes, but I can't tell any of them. I can tell a couple of them. there's a lot of stories that happen that I never, ever, ever will tell just because I don't like talking stories about people, like personal stuff. There's some stuff that I know players don't really care if I tell, but I don't want to tell about like a lot of private stuff, I guess. But David Freese is like great guy, one of the best guys I play with, and he was my first roommate ever, and we played together for a long time. So he's a good dude. Yeah, so I was able to. He likes beer a lot. What the hell was I just saying? I forget now. Oh, being able to. One of the things I was able to do though is I'm not someone that like I realize the game's hard, like really hard. So you have to like sometimes coaches forget how hard the game is, but it is hard. And that's one thing that I appreciate because I know how hard the game is. The game kicked me in the nuts a lot, so. I love playing the Cape Cod Baseball League. Got my Cape Cod hat right over there. So, great baseball. Met a lot of great people. Worst injury was my wrist injury. I have an arthritic wrist. I've gotten 3 surgeries on it. Can you see the scar? Right there. So it goes here, up, and then up the side of my hand. I have another scar. I don't know if you can see it right there. So I had 3 surgeries on this, and I broke my hand. And so that was my worst injury. Let's see what else have I missed here. Antonio Brown. So I think Antonio Brown is an awesome player. I'm excited to have him because I think he's going to help the Patriots win. But obviously the stuff that's coming out off the field is obviously terrible. And so, but I don't know what's true, what's not true. I have no idea. So it's hard to say. How did you get exposure to be drafted? Exposure to get drafted? Nothing. I just played. Never tried to get drafted. I just played baseball in college, played at Wake Forest, and they drafted me. Honestly, that's all I did. I never like said like, oh, how do I get in front of scouts or anything. I did play with Jacoby Ellsbury. Yep, he was on my team in the Cape Cod League. I never farted in the trainer's face. Nope, never did that. Lara is probably still mad. Let's see. I was never a pompous douche. Nope. I would say I was always pretty humble. Let's see. Can you get tickets from your old clubs if you wanted them, Matt? No. If I called the Padres for tickets, they'd probably say, who the hell are you? I'd say, I played for you guys. They'd say, no, you didn't. Oh, boy. We're getting really low on battery now, guys. I got a couple % left, so I'm going to get off here in one more minute. Let's do one more minute. One more minute of questions, okay? Autograph seekers are kind of crazy. Guys, you know, I've seen autograph seekers, they show up with this huge book and they're like smashing little kids out of the way to get their autographs. Not everyone's like that, but I've seen that a few times. Lara's fast asleep. She probably is not asleep. Lara does not sleep. She's probably laying down somewhere, but she's not sleeping. Last night she went to bed at like 4 a.m. Pancakes or waffles, both, but probably pancakes, but waffles are good too. Any bachelor party stories? I don't think I can share those. I didn't hit the ball far enough to pimp the home runs. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Matt, it looks like you snorted a line of Coke in the last half hour. I know. I didn't. I don't know. I got a booger on my nose, I guess, that I cannot. It's bothering me. If you roided up, you'd look like Bane. I did used to weigh a lot more when I was playing. At 1 year, I weighed 30 pounds more than I do right now. Would you rather face Nolan, Ryan, Maddox, or Glavin? Maddox. Late in his career. Like I did. Favorite coach I ever had? Man, I had so many coaches I really liked. It's really hard to say. I don't even know. So hard to say. I've had so many good coaches. I don't even want to pick one. Yeah, Will Startup. Yep, I did have a teammate named Will Startup. Okay, last question, guys, and then I got to. I'm going to get back to this game again. I got to charge my phone because it's about to die. Fastest player I ever played with, Jacoby Ellsbury. He. Check out my story when I'm done with this. Just type in I don't know, Matt Antonelli, Jacoby Ellsbury or something like that, and it should come up. I never had a skip come on to me. Nope. Funniest name you've ever seen? I don't know. I have to think about that. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. And the last question is gonna be, thank you, Pete. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Logan. How did I meet my wife? My wife and I were just laughing about this. Here's how I met my wife. My best friend, Nick Santa Barbara, and her best friend, Lindsay Canali, were dating each other, and that's how we met. Okay. All right, that's all we got, everyone. Thanks so much. Wow, we've been on here for over 2 hours. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Don't forget, David Freese here is up. Come on, Freese here. Ooh, try the corner miss. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Road to the Show continues. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but we got to get the offense going. Been struggling big time. So cheer me on and give it a like and tell all your friends about it. Try to make this like the most it's not going to happen, but let's make it the most popular YouTube gaming series. Never get there, but we'll try. All right. Okay. I have enough kids already. Don't want to adopt them. And that's all I got. Tristan, I'll see you later.